So something happened yesterday in Lagos that got people surprised because some people reporting this particular issue are saying that unknown people demolished a property of P2B's brother in Lagos. Do you know why they call the people unknown? Because up to today, nobody has known the person that ordered for that demolition, and there's no reason given for the demolition. Are you getting it? So what is happening? According to BB2B, said that I know what I'm going through just because I contested for a presidential election. I know the kind of abuse I'm going through because of contesting for presidential election. There's no reason given for demolishing this particular property. They have been there for decades, which is more than 10 years. Where are we going from here? Just listen to what P2B tweeted on his Twitter handle. He said something on this particular handle concerning the issue because his brother's property was demolished in Lagos without no reason, without knowing the main person that did it. Listen to him. Any society where lawlessness overrides the rule of law is not destined to be a heaven for investor. Recent reports showing that Nigeria human rights indicators have worsened merely highlight several shortfalls in government protection for civil liberties, personal security, and basic living standard. I know what I have been going through as a person in abuse of my rights, of my human rights, just because I contested for a presidential election, which I have the legitimate right to do. So I imagine what small business owners, regular citizens, and vulnerable communities face every day. If this level of lawlessness can happen to someone with a registered company and legitimate means, what hope does the ordinary Nigerians have? This morning, which is yesterday, my youngest brother called me informing me that a group of people had invaded his company property in Ikeja, Lagos, and were demolishing the building. He had just come in from Port Harcourt and was denied entry to the property by security men who told him the building was being pulled down. They even informed him that his demolition had started over the weekend. As a peace-loving Nigerian, he quickly started processing to go to court immediately, not knowing what must have resulted to this, as they moved fast to demolish his home without any restraint. I rushed to Lagos from Abuja after the call this morning and headed straight to the property. On arrival, I was met by security people who tried to bar me from entering the property. I humbly pleaded with them that the property belonged to my brother's company, and from the record, the company had owned the property for over a decade, which is more than 10 years. They told me they had a court judgment, and I immediately requested it. You would not believe that the court judgment they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatters. I went further to ask about the demolition order or permits, and there was none. How do you take an unknown person? How does a court issue a judgment in such a phase of case? No one was served, no name was written, yet they show up with excavator and began demolishing a structure that had stood for over 15 years. I immediately asked the excavator for the person who had sent him, and they said they did not know anyone, but they were only informed to come and demolish the house. I immediately told them to tell whoever it is that I would like to speak with them, if they can call my number, which I shared with the excavator, so that I can speak with whomever gave them the order to demolish the property. I stood there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. waiting to get a call at least, and nobody called or came. The contractor even said he didn't know who sent him. Two men later came and said they were like us to go to a police station, that they will like us to go to a police station. I asked if they even had a demolition order, but they had nothing. The whole situation screamed of coordinated lawlessness and impunity. Our country has become lawless. I just started reminiscing about how just over the weekend I had a meeting with someone, told me how he has invested in Ghana, Senegal, and the Benin Republic, but won't touch Nigeria despite his market being here. I asked him why. He answered why piercing. Nigeria is a lawless country. Until we have laws that protect people, nobody will invest in Nigeria. I'm just shocked. How did Nigeria get to this level of lawlessness? What kind of country are we trying to build when the rights of citizens, their lives, their property, and their voice are trampled upon daily? I remain committed to a better Nigeria where lawlessness will be a thing of the past. Protection of life and property, respect for human rights, care for the less privileged, and basic education for all Nigerians. A new Nigeria is possible. Peter Obi. Now, according to the information here and what Peter Obi put down here, it shows that, according to what the people at the site said, that they don't know even the person that gave order, that they receive call from somebody, coming from somewhere. That means coming from somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, that they should go and demolish the property without any court order, without knowing the main person that gave the order. How did you get to this level? So somebody cannot come out even to speak. They let alone you because you contested for a presidential election and they don't give you the mandate, and they are not coming after you, and even your people, the people around you, even the people that supported him. Why are we like this? So is it that some people don't want anybody to contest against them, or they don't want to have anybody that is against them, against their wish again in the country? What is really going on? We are still waiting to get more information on what really happened, because until now, like I said before, that they don't know who gave the order, and they don't know the court that gave the order for the demolition, and they don't know the reason for the demolition. I remain my humble self, the Eichmann. Peace and love. We pray that Nigeria will one day get better, where things will work like a normal country. Because as for now, my country, Nigeria, is not yet a normal country. We move.